Hey Libra, it's Marley from the Energy Boutique, bringing you your October energy forecast. So happy birthday season. If you haven't had your birthday yet, then you're probably still in the depths of the darkness of your dark season where it feels like you're reaching a breaking point, where it feels like everything is just falling apart. If you have had your birthday, then hopefully that energy, that darkness, that funk has passed. And of course, you will receive the light codes, the solar infusion from the sun on your birthday that will set you up for your next solar year. That's when you become born again, when you're rebirthed, when you're resurrected, when you're renewed. And that is when you're going to start feeling very much like yourself again. So coming into October, the sun is in Libra. Venus, your ruler, is in Libran energy. And this should definitely be helping you feel a little bit more like yourself. The glow up is very real. We have to examine where it is in life that things got out of control, a little bit extreme, in order for you to find peace and balance and harmony. First, within yourself, between your heart and your head. Second, between your inner realm and your outer realm. And third, within the relationships that you deem to be of worth and value. So I would recommend that you go ahead, you listen to the October energy forecast and subscribe to the playlist that I have on YouTube. That will give you a bigger, broader perspective of each of these astro events and what they're actually going to mean for you for the month of October. I don't have enough time in these forecasts to really dive into the depths of what each of these astro shifts mean, but hopefully by listening to the energy forecast, you will grasp a bigger, brighter vision of what it is that will be affecting you throughout the month of October and give you a little bit of a full picture on how it is that you can navigate some of these energies. We do have Mercury going direct, woohoo, thank goodness, at 24 degrees in Virgo energy here on the 2nd. And this is definitely going to be triggering your 12th house of hidden thoughts, hidden dreams, hidden emotions. This is bringing soul contracts, karmic life lessons full circle and preparing you for a brand new cycle, brand new season, a brand new chapter that, of course, comes with your solar return year. We have Pluto going direct on the 8th. And after 5.5 months of Pluto taking us into our deepest, darkest fears, our darkest memories, our pain, our trauma, our suffering, not to try and paralyze us, but to mostly inspire us and motivate us and determine us to turn that pain into power, to overcome some of the emotions, to really recognize where it is that there are energy blockages within our body preventing us from moving forward. The great transformer himself will be going direct at 26 degrees in Capricorn energy, and this is going to have a major effect on your home, on your family dynamics. Now, you've been dealing with some ups and downs, some topsy-turvy events in your home, having some people come and go since 2008, and of course, really having to dive into the inner child work that is needed in order to repair some of the emotional wounds that you accumulated as a child, and of course, continue to repeat patterns with as an adult. This is likely going to illuminate for you where it is that you've had some boundaries tested and in some case totally destroyed, and where it is that you really do have to take a time out and pull back from being of service to other people and taking care of other people and obsessed with trying to save other people and instead try to save yourself. These boundaries are absolutely necessary in order for you to nurture yourself back to a state of health and wellness, of wholeness, before you go ahead and try to save the world for everyone else. Now, on the 9th, we do have the full moon taking place in Aries energy at 16 degrees. Of course, the sun being in Libra in your sign means that the full moon is taking place in Aries energy. We are definitely seeing the polarization, the conflict, if you will, between who it is that you are and who it is that you think other people want you to be. This is going to be a huge release of some heavier energy, some repressed anger, some irritation, some frustration on where it is that you are constantly putting other people's wants, needs, and desires before your own, and where it is that you grow a little bit resentful towards them because, of course, you're not doing what is right for you. You're doing what is right for them. And in some cases, they do not show the kind of attitude of gratitude gratitude that you were hoping for all of the efforts and energies that you've been putting forth to make other people happy. The full moon in Aries is going to be taking place in your 7th house of partnerships, of relationships, of how it is that you share yourself with other people. And the full realization, especially where Chiron is involved with this full moon in Aries, will be ripping some wounds wide open on where it is that you have to do what is right by you first, where it is that you have to pour into your own cup before you go ahead and start trying to fill everybody else's cup up, and where it is that you have to be a little bit more accountable and responsible for your own energy and efforts, where it is that you have overextended yourself without being asked and then gain resentment and anger because of it. Just the next day, on the 10th, we have Mercury moving back into Libran energy. Of course, Mercury went retrograde in Libran energy at 8 degrees early on in September. So this is kind of like a retracing of those steps, of those events, of some of those thoughts, those ideas. And Mercury entering into Libra, of course, adds just another powerful placement in your first house of self, trying to clean the slate of your mental plane, trying to clear that negative narrative out of your internal dialogue, and really help you get focused on what it is that you want to create, what it is you want to give birth to, what it is you want to bring to life in your new natal year. Now, Mercury being in Libra is going to really help you speak a little bit more confidently, a little bit more clearly with some of the conversations, the heart-to-hearts that need to be had in order to clear the air in some of the relationship dynamics that have definitely taken a hit while Mercury has been retrograde. Fast forward to the 23rd. This is going to be a very eventful day for everyone, but we have 3 different events taking place, starting with Saturn, the Lord of Karma himself, going direct after a 4 to 5 month retrograde. So Saturn's retrograde in Aquarius energy was designed to show us where it is in the past that we have done what we thought other people wanted us to do, or we have done what we thought was expected of us by other people, instead of doing what we knew to be true and knew to be right for ourselves. It's kind of where it is that we abandoned ourselves in doing what was right for us and pushing our own agenda and following our passions and desires because we let what we thought other people thought of us get in the way. Now, we should have realized while Saturn was retrograde where it is that boundaries need to be put into place to make sure that we're still doing what is right for other people, for those that we care about, but that we're also putting just as much time and energy into honoring ourselves, to pursuing our own path. We have to understand where it is that we have essentially dimmed our own light to make other people shine brighter, and where it is that we need to at least adjust that light within ourselves to match what it is that we allow other people to shine in. Saturn moving forward is going to bring a little bit of a karmic element. We are going to be sorted out by the universe, so to speak, but we are also going to be asked to get down to work, to get down to the nitty-gritty on building a new bridge, a new foundation, a new routine for ourselves, to actually set up a vision, a dream, a goal for ourselves, for our own individual path, and to actually not let what we think others may think of us and what we think others expect of us derail the pursuit of happiness, the pursuit of our mission, the pursuit of our purpose. Now, Saturn going direct in Aquarian energy is going to be highlighting your 5th house. Your 5th house is your heart space. It is where creativity is concerned, where connection is concerned, where that childlike, playful energy is concerned, where romance is concerned. And you have had Saturn kind of set up camp here, restricting the connection, restricting your creativity, restricting the amount of playful energy that you allow yourself permission to tap into since basically 2021. So this is, Saturn is trying to wrap up this particular life lesson for you, and we will experience a different shift in energy as we move into 2023. But basically, you really do have to get raw and vulnerable with what makes you happy, with what brings you joy. You are a very creative person, but obviously have been blocked in that arena because you are fearful on what others may think of you or think of your art or think of your craft. Again, it is time to to implement new boundaries, to make sure that you aren't allowing what you think other people think of you to deter you from truly finding your passion and truly expressing yourself in whatever means you find to be most comfortable. Just hours later, we have Venus, your ruler, moving out of Libran energy, out of her place of power, and stepping into Scorpio energy. Things get intense, things get hella passionate, but we definitely dabble in the darkness in order for us to figure out what it is we truly desire, what it is we want to create, what it is we're truly passionate about. And Venus, being in the Scorpio energy, is moving into your second house. Your second house is asking you what it is that you need to build, what it is you need to create, what it is you want to bring to life, as far as routines go, as far as a new level of self-worth and confidence in yourself goes, as far as new relationships go, as far as money matters go. What skills and talents have you been keeping on the back burner that you can bust out and actually bring to the world and even create a little bit of an income on the side for yourself? This is asking you to think very long term on what it is that you value, what it is that brings you a sense of happiness and peace and joy, and what it is that you truly desire in your deepest and darkest parts of yourself. And then just hours after that, the sun moves out of Libra and moves into Scorpio energy, shining a beautiful bright light on the new foundations that you're going to get to work on building, creating, and bringing to life. This is when you get to work. Now, in Virgo season, you likely analyzed what it is that was broken in your life, what it is that you wanted to create in your life. Libra season should have offered you an opportunity to initiate some of those ideas, to balance the scales in order to create a foundation for you to bring some of those elements to life. And now in Scorpio season, you're going to be aligned with your deepest passion, with your deepest desires, and you're really going to be able to tap into your intuition in order to guide you on what it is that you actually have to dig deep and bring to life. On the 25th, we have the new moon partial solar eclipse at 2 degrees of Scorpio. So again, we're at the mercy of karma, of the wild card energy of the universe. Eclipse season, we are continuing this narrative from the fall of 2021. From a huge event that likely got removed and really mixed things up for us in May of 2022. And this is the continuation of that. This new moon, because it is a solar eclipse, tends to gift us with something. Blessings, rewards, people, places, things, opportunities for us to grow with and grow upon. At 2 degrees in Scorpio, we are definitely setting ourselves up for a brand new cycle that we will be jumping into and continuing for the next 2.5 years. And this really comes down to what it is that you're passionate about, what it is that gives you a deep meaning, a deep purpose in your life. This is about dabbling in the darkest parts of yourself and realizing the fears, the doubts, the insecurities that come up, preventing you from actually moving forward and bringing new elements, new desires to life. Again, this energy is built up in the second house. You're definitely getting to work. You're definitely rolling up your sleeves. You're definitely manifesting new foundations in your life to build off of, not only for this month, not only for this year, but for this next 2.5 year cycle. On the 28th, we have Jupiter, the planet of growth, expansion, beliefs, and blessings, going retrograde in Pisces. So Jupiter has been in Aries energy since March and April of this year. That's kind of when we decided we were done with old situations, old scenarios, where we jumped into something new, where we tried to bring new opportunities to light, where we tried to initiate brand new seasons, chapters, and cycles. And since Jupiter has gone retrograde, we're kind of stunted with the amount of growth and progress that we're able to actually make in our physical realms. Instead, we kind of have to sit back and review all that has taken place since the spring. And because we're in a revision, because we're in a reconciliation, because we're in a recalibration and a realignment, we are definitely getting a chance to kind of sort out what it is that we actually believe to be true. Jupiter moving back into Pisces energy is going to refresh us on what it is that we actually dream about, what do we actually desire, and a good reminder of all that we went through, all the trauma, all the healing that we went through in 2021. This is a time for us to reconnect with our higher selves, for us to dive back into our spiritual practice, and for us to really start receiving the blessings that have been hidden in some very, very tough love life lessons that we have been battling since 2021. So Jupiter retrograding back into Pisces energy is going to be illuminating your 6th house of health and wellness. You got to zoom in on your day-to-day life. You got to look at the tasks and chores that you run through every single day. You have to look at where your mind is instead of being present in the moment, what it is that it's actually consumed with. You have to create more time for yourself in the run of the day in order to address the mind, body, soul equation. This is about recognizing where it is that you're too eager to show up and to be of service to other people, and where it is that you use other people as a distraction so that you do not have to show up for yourself. This is a huge focus on the physical body, on the mental health, and what it is that you need to do to build new routines, new disciplines, new practices in order to basically heal yourself, heal your physical realm, through the spiritual practice that you will be diving back into when Jupiter retrogrades back into Pisces energy. On the 29th, we have Mercury moving out of Libran energy and into Scorpio energy. This is going to blend our intellect with our intuition. This is going to help us think about the deep hidden truths of who it is that we actually are, why it is we do the things that we do, and why it is that we block ourselves from actually going after what it is that we want. Now, this is going to be very deep, very probing in our psyche, in our heart space, but it is also going to help us align with new ideas that we actually want to pursue. Now, this is also setting up camp in your 2nd house. The 2nd house is on focus for you this month, which means that you have to get to work. You have to get very serious about what it is that you want to initiate, what it is you want to give birth to, what it is you want to create for your new natal year, starting with the vision, with the dream that you need to be focused in on and explore every detail of in your mental plane. On the 30th, we have Mars going retrograde at 25 degrees in Gemini energy. This is going to be a huge time for us to move inward, to really see where our anger, our irritability, our frustration is alive and well, for us to examine our fears, our phobias on what is actually blocking us from taking action and moving forward in our lives. I am going to recommend that you listen to the extended forecast on what Mars in Gemini is supposed to be, because it does carry us into March of 2023. But in your 9th house, your 9th house is about endings and completion. It's your philosophical area of higher education. It's a time where you will likely have to move inward and trust your intuition over your intellect. It's a time where you need to wrap some cycles up and get this anger, get this frustration out of your body and out of your head in order to start a brand new adventure, a brand new chapter when we move into 2023. It isn't going to feel good. Mars, of course, the god of war ruling over our physical energy, our drive, our passion, just wants to help us redefine our focus, our direction, so that we can pour all of our passion, our energy, our motivation and inspiration into actually pursuing what it is that makes us happy, what it is that we're actually desiring in our life. But we have a lot of gunk, a lot of funk blocking us from actually entering into the pursuit of our happiness, and Mars going retrograde is going to help us unpack that emotional baggage. So some of the things that I think you should be focused on as you move through your birthday season is, first of all, what do you have to put an ending to? What do you have to let die within you, especially the emotional baggage that you continue to carry into each and every single day and each and every single year? There's a lot of pain, a lot of trauma that you continue to allow loop in your head space, which of course engages your heart space, and it is serving you no purpose. You as a Libra have a responsibility to make peace with some of the things that you have a hard time coming to terms with. You have to balance your mind, your body, your soul, and part of that is letting go of the darkness, of the negativity, of the fear, of the pain, of the trauma that continuously block you for making the best decision for yourself each and every single day. It's time for you to get real with what it is that you actually want to do with your life. What opportunities do you want to pursue? There are so many different options available to you, and because you are so indecisive, there's too many irons in the fire. Meaning, it's time for you to identify what it is that you actually want to pour your time, energy, love, and attention into. It's time to get very clear on what it is that you actually want to experience so that you can put your order in with the universe and you can sit back and watch them deliver it to the most minute detail. But you got to get clear on the vision. You got to get clear on the dream. Coming into a new solar energy year, you should definitely take a time out to get in alignment with yourself and to really explore what it is that would make your heart happy. The best thing that I can tell you is that now you're moving into a brand new year. The darkness is behind you, the storm is behind you, and finally you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. With each passing day that we move into Libra season and explore and discover, you will be feeling more and more like yourself again, and even more than that, a better version of the old part of you that you were really struggling to integrate and to accept. Because you are standing in your power and have the support of the cosmos and the planets behind you to really start fresh, you need to start looking at the silver linings of some of the darker experiences that you had to go through. And you have to start tapping into the attitude of gratitude and really focusing in on the smaller details of life that bring a smile to your face and to your heart space. So that's all that I have for you for October, Libra. I hope you have a beautiful month, a beautiful birthday, and a beautiful solar return.